What up, what up? Hey guys, just gonna show you a really quick tutorial on Reason again here, and mainly the focus is on velocity. So when you're getting your keyboards and stuff, you'll see, hey, velocity sensitive keys. Well, makes a big difference when doing music production, and especially if you want to sound more like the real thing. It's gonna help your playability and your sound just overall sound much better. So the way to, if you don't know if your keyboard is velocity sensitive, well, you can test it out on a piano here. Just the softer, if you hit it real soft, it'll be real light sounding. If you hit it hard, you'll hear it shine through. So, I just have a normal old velocity sensitive keyboard here. And we're going to move on to making your drums sound really lively and realistic. This is huge. But before we begin, I always recommend putting your instruments into a combinator. So here we have the combinator, which is in a track. So we'll shut that for now. So my drum track has a combinator in it. Then right after you add a combinator, you want to add one of these little utility line mixers. And I'll show you why here in a little bit. After that, I added an echo to hook up to the auxiliary line. So if you notice on the back, the echo just gets, the effect just gets auto routed right to the auxiliary line. And then down below that, I have the instruments like the red drum here, or re-drum, some people call it. But right off the bat, we'll notice that when you play it, it's all the same velocity or same volume of sound. But if you notice up here, there's these little areas where there's the VEL velocity knobs. And down below, so we're going to turn that up. So now the lighter we play, the softer the sound. The harder we play, the louder the sound. But what's really cool about this stuff, I'm going to also do that to the snare. Down below is the advanced velocity settings. Now these two front channels control the tone when you adjust velocity. So if we turn this up, usually this would be set at 0, but we're going to turn it down. So the lighter we hit, the duller the sound is. The harder we hit, it's going to bring in some of those higher frequencies. So we'll do the same with the snare. And the kick drum. You can really hear the click or the clip or whatever they call it come out on that kick drum. Some of these other ones, as we scroll down here to track number 5, we'll notice that the tone is changed to a sample start time. So like it's really good on the cymbals. Like when you're playing a drum kit live, you'll notice that when you hit that cymbal, the attack is like it's a really hard twangy sound. But what we can do with this is, as we can turn the velocity up, the velocity knob, and then have the velocity down here, turn that up and have the start time a little bit forward into the sample. Default is 0, so we're going to have it start more toward the end of that cymbal sample. See if we can get that to work here. Whoops, am I on the, oh, yep, I am on the wrong one here. Hello. Should be on number 5. There it is. Oh, it's backwards, that's why. So we're going to go to negative, move the the velocity dial to negative, then we're going to boost this up. So the lighter we hit, the softer that attack is going to be. Bring the velocity up some more in the volume. Make it even, do it even more here. I don't want the volume velocity to be that much affected. I'd rather have the attack be the one that's more affected. The more you crank these up, the more they're going to be affected. See, I want those softer sounds to come through pretty good, so I'm going to adjust that a little bit. So now you can really hear the difference. It's like pretty amazing when you get this stuff figured out. So that's the redrum. I really like that. I think I'm going to use that a lot. I'm going to show you the Kong in a minute. Just before we do that, just want to show you how this is routed, because now that we have the delay routed in the auxiliary, what's nice is we can take just the snare, for instance, route it into channel number 2, and then bring the delay up just on channel number 2 using the auxiliary knob and make it like a reggae style sound. So now you can separate that reggae. Dudes! Hey, if you haven't noticed, I haven't been posting the full videos on YouTube because at any moment they could censor me and terminate my account. It's been happening all over the place. It's part of this new tyrannical government agenda, censorship, fascism. So I'd like to welcome you, or to invite you to come by my site for the full video in full 1080 HD, and I get into some more stuff like the Kong, like overlapping samples in the Kong, which is really cool, and a couple other things. So come on by the site and check it out, and we'll see you on Electronic Jam Night, J Von D Radio. Take it easy, everybody.